Hello, I'm Zan, and it's Monday here on Diary of a Gender Fluid. So normally I like to talk about topics that I'm really passionate about, and today I'm going to talk about something I didn't ever think that I was at all passionate about, and that's hair. So growing up, I hated doing literally anything with my hair. I would let it lay flat, I wouldn't get any layers, no bangs, just long hair about down to here, very, very dark brown is my natural color. My mom was really good at French braids and a lot of stuff, and she always wanted me to let her do my hair, and I was just not having it as a kid. In middle school, I finally let her convince me to get bangs, so I got some side bangs with my long hair that was not layered. And I never liked my hair, I was never a big fan of it. I was always just thinking, if I think anything about this hair, it's that it's in my way, all the time. I would keep it up in a ponytail, pretty much all the time, because it would need to be in a ponytail for taekwondo, it would need to be in a ponytail when I was at work. I would put it in a ponytail basically anytime I was doing anything active. So yeah, I was never a big fan of my hair. Then in the beginning of high school, my mom convinced me to get highlights, and I convinced her to let me have not blonde highlights like she wanted, but somewhat red-brown highlights, because I thought it would be really cool to have red highlights. But my hairdresser and my mom kind of worked together, and they were like, you should choose this red that is basically brown but has a little bit of red, and I was like, okay, as long as it has some red. And so you couldn't tell that there was any red in it at all, except in the sun, and I was really excited about that. So that was the first time I was ever like, ooh, cool, I can do something fun with my hair. I also had layers at that point. And then up until junior year of high school, I was still getting highlights and stuff like my mom does, and I don't know, I still didn't really care about what my hair looked like. I would flatten it with a flat iron sometimes because that was socially acceptable, because my hair has this weird awkward wave right here, and the rest of it's mostly flat wave, mostly flat. But I still wasn't a big fan of it. It was more of a hassle than anything else to me. Around senior year, I decided, oh my gosh, I want to cut my hair short because it's always in my way. I don't like that, and I could cut it short. That's a thing I could do, right? So I go into my hairdresser and I'm like, I want my hair short. I show pictures, I'm talking short hair, shorter than this. I come out with a bob. I'm like, oh, well that didn't work. And then I went in again trying to get it short, and it didn't work again. So then I switched hairdressers to see if this one would cut it short for me, and this one was like, oh yeah, I'll cut it short. But then my mom was like, no, you shouldn't do it, just wait a little bit. And then I was asking friends of mine at school, and my close friends were like, yeah, go for it. But everybody else was saying, that's gonna look horrible, don't do it. And then I did it, and those same people who were like, don't cut your hair, it's gonna look horrible, were like, oh my gosh, your hair looks so pretty. And I'm like, thanks. And after I cut my hair that short, I liked it. For once. I had never liked my hair before. This was a new thing for me. It wasn't in my way as much. And then from there, I just kept cutting it shorter and shorter and shorter, just to see how far I could get away with, basically. And then last summer I went in and I was like, alright, I'm gonna get an undercut, because that way, they'll shave it, you know? And no, still using the scissors, trying to give me an undercut with scissors. It was pretty short, but I was slightly unhappy with how short it was, so I took out a scissors and cut some more of it myself. It didn't look horrible. It looked okay. You couldn't really tell that I'd done anything to it. But still, I thought that I wasn't a big fan of my hair. I still thought that, oh, hair? Psh, whatever. I don't care about my hair, it's just hair. And then, about a year ago, my friends were like, oh, we're going to do this thing called St. Baldrick's Day. We're going to grow out our hair and then shave it off. And I was like, ooh, that sounds like a good time, you know? Money to charity, that's cool. And shaving our heads, that'll be an experience, right? And the cat totally just like jumped onto the cat tree and bumped into the camera. So sorry if it shook, since the cat tree is kind of the tripod. So yeah, anyway, I was thinking, you know, shaving our heads, that'll be interesting. I'm up for it. Let's do it. And then they're like, okay, we'll do it in the fall. And I'm like, hey, my hair is not going to be able to be donated anyway because it's not going to be long enough by that time. So I may as well just color it. So I colored my hair blue for my Teddy Lupin cosplay back in August. And then in the fall, I got to school and they were like, okay, we should probably put it off until spring because we don't want, you know, super short hair in the winter. And I'm like, okay, I can wait a bit longer, I guess. So I kept growing it out, and now tonight I'm going to be told, hopefully, finally, when I'm going to be able to cut my hair. Now I'm just realizing how much I do care about hair, which is weird, because I always thought I didn't. But the way that I care about it now is so much different than any way I would have cared about it before. It's this really weird feeling, and I suppose it's dysphoria is what it is. But I can't handle it. There's too much. It is so long. People see it and immediately assign gender to me. My first reason for me not wanting my hair this long is it's impractical. Look at this. It gets in my face. It's very long. So that's really impractical. And it makes me feel like super weird. Like I don't like it, the way it makes me feel. It's like every single day I just think to myself, oh my gosh, this hair just needs to go away now, right now. So I don't even know if I'm going to be able to make it without cutting my hair until the actual fundraiser, even though it's been a year since I was originally told about the fundraiser. My date mate was going to do it too, but just couldn't handle the long. I cut your hair, so it actually looks pretty good, surprisingly. I thought I would like really mess it up, but it actually looks really good. Like, it looks like it's just a haircut. Like, it was down to here almost, and I just cut all of it about that long, I think. Yeah, something like that long, but all around, and it actually worked. And I did layers too, and I was actually pretty proud of myself because I didn't screw it up. But yeah, I'm kind of thinking I'm going to have to give in soon and just cut it if it's going to be much longer, because I cannot handle it. And I guess it just made me think about how much hair does matter to a person who is non-binary or trans or both. And it can matter a lot more than a lot of people think it does. Having short hair is like so liberating. Like, with this long hair, I feel like if I put on makeup and stuff, I'll just look too feminine. But if I had short hair and I put on makeup, I think it would look cool. If I have long hair and I don't put on makeup, I still look feminine. But if I have short hair and don't put on makeup, I can look androgynous or masculine. The long hair genders me in people's heads the second they see me, and I don't like that. I've been putting it up in a beanie occasionally, but it doesn't look right. So yeah, if you're having like dysphoria or just your hair makes you really uncomfortable and you are able to cut it and you're F to M or androgynous, for any reason you think that short hair would make you feel better, go for it if you can. And if people are telling you, no, it won't look good, do it anyway. They told me that it won't look good, and I loved it so much, and I'm so excited to go back to it. And if you're M to F, or you just have never had long hair and you want it, and people tell you not to, still do it. Basically, what I'm trying to say with all this is literally do what you want. Do what's going to make you more comfortable with yourself and with how others perceive you. And if that involves a haircut, just do it. If it's unsafe, don't. But if it is safe and people are just telling you not to, just because they don't think it'll look good, do it anyway. Alright, I'm Zan, and I'll see you next Monday.